Cancer is not fair. We need to fight harder. We need to understand better. We need to take steps forward.
It is so heartbreaking to see the parents, how they react, but unfortunately, sometimes you have to say no.
A lot of these children, they have dreams. I want to give these children a fighting chance.
The doctors would tell us, when patients hear about this, they don't come back anymore. They just wait for the disease to take over. We just accept it, let it happen.
St. Jude was founded in the 1960s with a goal that no child should die in the dawn of life. And that means any child suffering today of cancer is our responsibility.
At St. Jude, we don't care who cures cancer, we just need to advance the cure.
Our mission is local and global.
This is what we're all called to do, to address the suffering of the precious children and their families on a global scale.
Real victories are those that protect human lives. You should be the hope for any child across the globe.
We all exist here on this planet to benefit others.
If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
I think it's the kind of place that stands as a beacon for pediatric cancer.
St. Jude is bold to try and bump cure rates all around the world.
Unbelievable courage to tackle the impossible.
These are the kind of discoveries that you want the world to have.
This is the movement.
We could save more lives.
St. Jude, they're saving so many children.
This is the effort.
So we want to reach out to more children and cure more.
Transform the landscape of pediatric cancer care across the globe.
Help humanity at large.
Every child with cancer should be cured.
Our work's not done. Every child
should be able to live a long, healthy life.
And we will not stop until we cure all this.
You're doing something good, not only for the patients, for the world.
We're bringing in the election in style. We do it a little different here over at Real Entertainment TV.
When
it's
Danny
an
Thomas
interactive
said not child
discussion.
should die,
We would like to say we'd like to
about
have the
kids all
audience
over
be a
the
part
world.
of it. And definitely we're excited to start hearing the votes and getting the results in. Right now Reese is having some technical difficulties, and hopefully he gets that sorted quickly. Reese?
Maybe it's a good thing I have no headphones. Hey. You calling me?
You got me now? All right, cool, good.
All right, so Risa started out. Risa, nice. Risa, how excited are you about this one?
No, this is monumental. Eh? This is a big election. This right here not only will change the path that the federation is on, but it's going to go down in history as one of the biggest elections.
I agree with you, Reese.
Just because of the way that the election was called, we expect that the election to be called every 5 years. But when you have an election called within 2 years, actually, if you think on it, we just about 2 years. So an election called in 2 years is a little different. And then we have heard a lot of things going on. We have seen a lot of things, and now we're going to see how it plays out in the polls.
Yeah.
To see if the voting public paying attention to what is out there and the information that was out there will be if it was going to be reflected in the votes.
Yeah.
With that being said, I just got a phone call where you guys
Good night, Iola.
kicking off this show.
Yeah.
when the show was kicking off, I heard that the school buses and Nevis right now going around collecting the boxes from different polling stations, being
Okay.
escorted by the police, and they
Okay.
expected the first set of votes to come in at about 8:30, 8:45. So we're expecting the Nevis votes to be rolling in at about 8:30, 8:45. We'll be coming with some votes from Nevis. That's what is being predicted.
Oh wow. 8:30 is kind of far away, but um we're gonna entertain. We're gonna entertain. I would just like to say good night to Iola. Iola, good night. I'm not sure if anyone else has joined yet, but anyone who has joined, I would also like to say good night to you and thank you for tuning in with us right here at Real Talk, Real Entertainment. Real Entertainment Networks, election coverage 2020. So Reese, the big discussion today is low voter turnout. Low voter turnout, as monumental as you said that this election is, you would think that you would have a higher voter turnout, but we just have to wait and see what the numbers looking like.
Okay. So I had a document last night that I was looking at, and the registered voters is over 50,000 people.
Yeah,
You're looking at a population of about 55,000 people. So you know that there are individuals who are registered that will not vote. You have a lot of individuals registered that are overseas and will not be coming home to vote and things of that nature. And then you have the regular people who just say to hell with politics. They register to get the ID and they ain't voting. So that is where we're at.
But why do you think someone like that would even register in the first place?
Because you get a
I would just like to say
national
big up
ID.
Trevor, viewing from Trinidad. Trevor, we are patiently awaiting for the votes. You have with us tonight Alan Powell, Reese Truss, and Ira Willett. Welcome to our platform. Go ahead, Reese. Sorry to cut you off.
No, one of the things that you would have is you have individuals who would have done stuff like that, just to say they have a ID, they have a St. Kitts Nevis ID or something of that nature, and so because what is kind of tough that people don't realize is you could re-enter the federation with that.
Yeah.
So even if your passport, whatever, you could re-enter the federation with your voter's ID. So
I was speaking as somebody who reside on the island.
Yes, sir.
I feel like a lot of people are coming to the realization that both parties are the same, even from an ideological standpoint.
Okay.
You got people who tell you, if the next side going, then going thief too. Because really and truly, you get people who they talk to you and they tell you, "Right, watch out, all of them are going thief." Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not really any matter of like any superior morals or anything going on here, because even if they're gonna tell you, well, they're not gonna thief directly, they're gonna look at like who is under them and these type of things and the structure of the thing. So there is a kind of thing where people are just kind of disillusioned and they really want something different,
Yeah.
But if both of them are the same and they kind of just living their life, they getting work still.
Okay, Alan.
For them, participating is not really necessary.
Alan, let's talk about that. Let's talk about what different would look like. What do you want to see as a young man yourself, and I would call you an intellect? What would you want to see from a party coming out of St. Kitts and Nevis? What's the difference? What do you think is the ideology of the parties them that are currently in existence right now versus what you are looking for?
I think currently in existence we have conservative parties and conservative like from top to bottom.
Okay, let's break
because
down
really and true, conservative in the definition of like they want to maintain the basic traditions and structure of the government. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
St. Christopher Nevis, for example, is a what? Okay. conservative don't necessarily want to change. For example, us being a republic.
Yes, Mikhail, we're on YouTube as well. Go ahead, Alan.
Conservative in our religious ideal. Conservative evening culture, we had the little talk about how Wazim was saying when you go to town. This is not 1980. When I talking about conservatism and when Wazim put up the post there, Wazim put it up as a political post, But
Gotcha.
that is when the ideologies of young people right now bumping up against the older generation, so that they want this thing to be the same thing, Culturama to be the same thing. They want Charlestown to retain the historical facade of how it always is, whereas you got young people now who want a little bit more liberal, you understand?
Got you.
That's how come we start to talk about arts and all them type of thing there. It's
Got you.
to me.
So hold on, Alan. Someone asks when is it going to start? Well, we've just gotten word that the boxes are currently being picked up at Nevis. We haven't gotten any word from Sinkit, so we're looking into that. We should expect results as early as 8:30.
Hold on, Ira. Just got a text here. There's still people in line in constituency number 2 at one of the polling stations, the Joe Boyd building. So apparently Joe Boyd building, they still have people waiting in line. So I'm thinking that we're not going to get those results for number 2 too soon.
Yeah, well, what I was told was that a plane with Labour supporters came in late.
Yeah.
And they reach in the line.
They reach?
So they will be allowed to, as long as you reach in the line, then you are allowed. So there will be a little extra.
All right, I didn't realize that they made it. Go ahead.
And what I also heard was that number 2 in and of itself was very busy.
Okay. So number two, I would tell you guys right now that I think that number 2 is going to be a heavy battleground. Number 2 is looking up to be a real heavyweight fight. The newcomer in Nubian is actually who I have to take that seat, but you know, this is I know, Alan, I know Alan, I know how you feel, but I'm just telling you how I feeling. But this is an election, and we're just gonna wait until the numbers them start rolling in.
I hear PLP ain't nothing. That's what I hear.
Okay,
that is highly possible, and we are going to.
Gentlemen, hold on. There was a question here that we went over. I think it came in from JT. I think I don't even know where the thing is, but he wants to know our prediction. You want to know our predictions?
We definitely could do a prediction. Right now, we did one on the last show.
No. You cheated in the last one.
We could start with me.
Let me hear this.
We could start with me. I'm gonna start on the high level. I am going to start on the high level after hearing that the voter turnout is low. After hearing that the voter turnout is low, seems like the incumbent in Nevis is possibly going to take it in Nevis. Even in all 3, going back with all 3. I feel like in order for
no audio.
Sorry, I touched the mic mute. You have to see a movement. So 2 nights ago, I said 2-1, but it looked like we were going back to a 3-0 in Nevis. And in Sinkits, I wanted to get a feel of the atmosphere before the election. Right? I wanted to get a feel of the atmosphere before the election. And last night, I felt like PLP was a flat soda, and Labour was just out the factory. Fizzing. Fizzing.
Yes,
They say
okay.
fizzing, right? So, if that is the case, predictions in Syncits will go like this. 1, Labour. 2, still kind of rough, because I had give 2 to PLP. I had give 2 to PLP.
You just don't give them 2. You just don't give them 2. So I mean, I really understand. You know, you hesitate. You say Nubian. Nubian ain't getting nothing.
I still can get to PLP. I still get to PLP. It's going to be tight. It is going to be tight in PLP. It's going to be tight in 2. 3. Bye. After what happened with Congress last night, I think Congress can edge Aquila. Yeah, man. People mad now, you know. No, these kind of things can't be happening in the country. That is the sentiment that I felt was delivered last night. You can't have these kind of injustice. It was a good play, you know. It was a good play. I liked it.
Hold on, we had a question. Satellite man, I hearing 50% voter turnout.
Okay. 50%.
And then Javan Green say 1 to 6 a Labour and 8 a Labour.
But Javan Green is a Labour, eh? Javan Green is talking from a bias.
Satellite man said, when I get to your head, he look like, I want to drink wine now.
Me drink wine.
Wait, see what the man said, when I get to your head.
Yeah. It's okay. It's just a little prediction. Predictions are just that. Predictions. 3, Labour. 4, me not see how they're gonna be a turnaround big enough for Grant to lose.
Yeah,
but
boy Grant June.
You might be right. Let me bring up. I need to bring up that race there again. I need to bring up that
let
race.
Me tell you something. You see how I make a prediction. This just show you your personality. I was a sound man. I was cautious. I was taking into consideration these things. Only bold prediction me got it.
Okay, hold on.
June.
Give your prediction. Give your prediction. Right? Give your predictions, and I'll come back and I'll give mine. I need to look at the races again. Because I was feeling out the crowds last night. You know what I mean? And it just feel like Labour got all the energy right now. It just feel like Labour got all the energy.
Me only want to change my mind after St. James 2 based after the love voter turnout, but still, again, based upon what I was told, Zook is some problem.
That's how you see it?
Just based upon what I was told, Zook is some problem. But I could be wrong.
Okay.